learning this map for Powell Campground. And I'm using the tiling feature in V-Carve. Basically, I've told it to make me 16 tiles, and they're 11 and 3/4 of an inch in size. And I've done this with paper, but I've never done this with wood. So anyway, there's the map, and it's not glued down or anything. They're just kind of sitting next to each other. What I did is I glued a 1/8 inch cork on top of a piece of mahogany, or not a mahogany, but some of that mahogany underlayment, and made this jig to put in the CNC. It takes about probably 3 or 4 minutes to do one part of it, and we're just about to get it finished up. Alright, this is a 4 foot by 4 foot piece, and the map ended up being 47 inches. By the time I trimmed them down, I started off with 12-inch tiles. Well, they were 11 7/8 full, and so I cut them down to 11 3/4, made them square, and then I glued on that cork with just some regular Type Bond glue. I just rolled it out on there, and then used pressure with the cork to laminate it down, and then I laminated them all and that. And I'm going to put some backing behind this, so when I put some tacks in it, it'll stick into the tacks, and just put a dot of glue on each end of them and glue them into place so they can easily be popped up, and so it can be serviced. I may come in from the back side and do something, but I'm going to get some 3/4 inch material and put a grid back here in the back so that all the joints have a backing on them all the way around them. So there we go. It's coming together just nice. I did start off with my grid off. I started down there, and I had my grid set way over here instead of on the corner of the tile, because I had made the jig that way. So anyway, so that's kind of funny that I forgot to set that, but there it is. And I've got to peel them off of there and put some cork back on it, so I've got to go to Menards and get some more. Alright, this is a torsion board made out of an old waterbed 2x10, and I crisscrossed all my joints where the tiles go at the about 11 3/4 inches is the center of them, and I glued them on there and ran some screws on the ones that went to the full length, and the other ones I just tacked, mainly to give the torsion box effect, make the thing flat, and to give the panels something that I can shoot nails into on the very end of the boards. Alright, 4 foot by 4 foot. It's 1/8 or 1/8 inch cork glued onto a piece of 1/4 inch Luan, which is kind of like a mahogany type Luan. And then these are cut down to 12-inch squares so that they would fit inside the laser. The CNC, I could have went a little bit bigger, but I just kept it that way. Kept them square so that I just keep it easier. It's going together pretty good. I used the DAP acrylic, or the DAP instant adhesive wood glue on this. I put a dot on the back side about every inch down through here, and then put 2 dots out here in the center on each panel, and then I went around the perimeter with a pin nail to hold it in place until the glue dried. So we'll see how this holds out. Not sure how it'll do, but anyway, we'll find out. I'm going to put in a trim board around the edges now, and probably put a piece of walnut or oak, or maybe some cedar around it. I'm not sure which one I'll put in it, and we'll go with that just to see how all that works out. And there we go, that's coming together. I had to put the 2-inch torsion box on there to keep the plywood flat, and keep it to where it wouldn't warp it up, because it'll just warp on you. So, and then now it's nice and straight because of the torsion box, and everything's in place. My wife picked out a couple little hyphens that need to be put on pre-pageant stage, There's a little hyphen there, and just a couple little things. So anyway, we'll see how long this lasts, and we'll take it from there. And there we have it. All right, it came out all right. The trim is cedar that was cut off of the powwow campground. I was having trouble with my miter gauge. That's this crazy thing that's slipping around on me. I need to buy a new miter gauge, my table saw. And anyway, so apologize for that. And anyway, the cedar was cut off of the powwow campground this last year. These trees came from the log cabin clearing project that we did, and my logs were like 46 inches long, so I didn't have a piece that would go the full 49 inches, so I had to cut some pieces, and I had this made up from our Ranger Derby plaques, and so I put it all to use and just spliced it out, and anyway, it'll do. And so there we go. So looking forward to getting it at use and putting some map pens on it and going to town with it.